गं गणपतये नमः गं गणपतये नमः.
Today's workshop is organized as a precursor to ISSF 2026. ISSF 2026 is an international conference that aims to bring together researchers, academicians, industry experts, and students from across the globe to exchange knowledge and to discuss emerging technologies and explore innovative solutions for the future. The conference focuses on cutting-edge advancements in computing, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, data science, and sustainable technological development. Through keynote sessions, technical paper presentation, workshops, and discussions, ISSF 2026 seeks to foster collaboration, research excellence, and global academic engagement. This pre-conference workshop serves as an excellent platform for students to gain industry insights and prepare themselves for the evolving technology landscape. A warm welcome has the power to set the tone for a meaningful and inspiring gathering. To formally welcome the gathering and share a few words about today's workshop, it's my privilege to invite our respected head of the department, Dr. M. Senthilkumaran, to deliver the welcome address. He has always been a constant source of motivation and guidance in promoting academic excellence and encouraging initiatives like the pre-conference workshop of ISSF 2026. I now request Dr. M. Senthilkumaran to deliver the welcome address.
Respected dignitaries, fellow faculty members, and my dear students, very good morning to one and all. So it's my privilege to welcome our honorable resource person as well as guest of this program, Mr. Balaji Seshan sir, Global Data Protection Officer and Head GRC Enathur Technologies. So I welcome you sir. And also I wish to express our thanks to Balaji Seshan sir, who has accepted our invitation given the short period and for delivering this keynote address with respect to the conference like ISSF, and the title is Governance, Data Security and Privacy in Devops. So I welcome you sir. And I wish to express my sincere thanks to the placement director, Professor Kannan sir. Actually sir has arranged this talk during this pre-conference workshop. So, and also I welcome Dr. Kannan sir on this occasion. And I welcome the coordinator for this program. So even within the short notice, ma'am, Gayatri ma'am has arranged all events, so all program entire thing. So I welcome as well as I thank Gayatri ma'am also. And also I welcome all the students on behalf of our department as well as for this pre-conference. The title, if you see, it's a data governance, data security and privacy. Okay, so in Devops. So Devops stands for it's a combining software development and operations. Okay, so in the olden days, if you see the previous histories, any industry wants to recruit any candidate, so they used to have different categories like freshers and 1 or 2 years experience candidate, and they have some more than 2 years experience candidate. They used to have different categories. Right now, if you see, even in case of TCS present drive, actually they are going to combine 3 batches like 25, 26, 24. Okay, so they are going to treat the experienced candidate also less than 2 years, and freshers also they are going to consider everyone equally. So in the case you should compete with the experienced candidate also, and this DevOps both development as well as operation. Even in the previous days, industry expects only the students whether they are familiar with the coding or whether they are familiar with the testing, or with respect to a particular domain, they used to recruit the candidates. Right now, they are expecting from the student side, it's like a skill-based environment. Okay, so you should be familiar with the recent advancements as well as technologies also. And so that's why they are combining these two features, development as well as operations. Okay, so this collaborative work, like you should involve with all the team members, and even if you see the previous development like a software project delivery and the present software delivery, if you are going to see, the previous one, it's like a manually they used to do it, and the project delivery it's somewhat slower one. But right now if you see the Devops, okay, so it's a faster one and it's an adaptive environment. Okay, and most of the more than 77% of organizations, they have moved towards to this DevOps also, present situation. Okay, so you should be familiar with this DevOps environment also. And apart from that, data governance. This is another major role in any organization. Okay, so you have come across with the different terms. Like the first year, you had some data, it's in terms of binary values. And then after that, the programming part, we used to say some data types like integer, float. After that, we have come with a data structure. And even most of the students, they used to face some problem doing some data structures program also. And then we have come to the database management systems and big data. Okay, after that, we have come across the term data analytics. Right now, we are dealing with the term data governance, like managing how we are going to manage the data. Because huge amount of data is available and we need to secure as well as the quality data. And even for this DevOps, we used to go with automation rather than manual thing. So if you are going for any automation, in the case, we need to catalog the data in a proper manner. Okay, so if not, so there is a problem with respect to the tool, whatever we are using. Even for data visualization, if you are going to see, like we are using Power BI. Whatever the data which is available in the Excel format, so that will be automatically visualized. So if you categorize it in a proper manner, then only you will get the visualization. The output also will be the good one. So I request all the participants to utilize this opportunity. It's a trending area, as well as even for data governance, if you are going to see the package of data governance, it's higher than the various other software industry positions also. Okay, I request all the students to utilize this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. As a token of our respect and gratitude, it's our tradition to honor our distinguished guests. To express our heartfelt appreciation, we would like to honor our esteemed keynote speaker, Mr. Balaji Seshan, with a small token of gratitude. I now request Dr. M. Kannan, Director, Directorate of University Industry Collaboration and Placement Officer, to kindly honor the Chief Guest with Ayu Udakit as a mark of appreciation. Career guidance and industry connectivity play a vital role in shaping the future of students. It's now my pleasure to invite Dr. M. Kannan, Director, Directorate of University Industry Collaboration and Placement Officer, Training and Placement Division. Dr. M. Kannan serves as the Placement Officer in the Training and Placement Division, where he actively works to build strong connections between the university and industry, helping students gain valuable career opportunity and professional exposure. Through various career guidance programs, training initiative, and campus recruitment drives, he continuously supports students in enhancing their employability skills and preparing them for successful professional careers. We are honored to have him with us today, and his words will surely motivate and guide your student towards achieving the career inspirations. I now request Dr. M. Kannan to kindly address the gathering.
Very good morning to one and all. So happy to see you all, a young face. So today the key topic is, so the buzzword, we can call it as a buzzword called as data security, artificial intelligence, machine learning, Power BI. See, these are the trending words which are echoing all over the world. So now the AI has completely changed and dominating the entire world. So we are worrying that whether the AI will give you a fruitful results or not. So how far the AI will support in terms of security. So security is a key vital point for all over the world. So each and every transactions we must have a security. So we are authenticating that and believing that some of the apps and some of the websites are authenticate for us. That's why we are playing and we are having a confidence in those websites or in those apps. We are having confidence so that we are doing a transactions every time. So that's why we have a eminent speaker, Mr. Balaji Seshan, so global lead from Hexaware. So we are very happy to have his presence. On behalf of our Mahavidyalaya and Training and Placement Division, as well as with the Department of Computer Science Engineering, we are very happy to welcome you, sir. So he is a global leader in security aspects. He is going to address how far this data governance and data security plays a vital role in upcoming years, because I said that security is most important in all our life. It may be part and parcel of our life. So in this connection, the title also apt for this international conference. We are hosting this as a pre-workshop conference. This title may enlighten your knowledge and it may give an inspiration to travel in this area, as HOD sir also addressed that. So if you want to have a high package, so there may be a package difference in the industries, 4LP, 5LP, 6LPA. So if you want to acquire more number of high-end package, so for example, about 10 LPA, definitely you might have a knowledge in the area called artificial intelligence as well as data governance, because these are the key words which is going to dominate the entire world. So if you have a confidence, if you have a knowledge and you have a wisdom to understand and explore this key area, definitely your life will be a flying colors without any issues. So to sort out the issues, we have a data security and governance. So hope so this session will give you a fruitful career pathway to your entire journey. Once again, I will wish you all the best for this workshop. Once again, welcome you, the chief guest, on behalf of our Mahavidyalaya. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. It is often said that the future of technology depends not only on innovation but also on how responsibly we protect and govern the data that has it. It is now my great honor and privilege to introduce our esteemed keynote speaker for today's pre-conference workshop, Balaji Seshan, who currently serves as the Global Data Protection Officer and Head Governance, Risk and Compliance at Hexaware Technologies. Mr. Balaji Seshan is a distinguished professional with rich industry experience in data protection, cybersecurity, governance, enterprise risk management, and regulatory compliance. Over the years, he has built a strong reputation as a strategic leader in data governance and privacy frameworks, guiding global organizations in implementing robust policies that ensure the protection of sensitive information in digital ecosystem. In his current leadership role at Hexaware Technologies, he is responsible for overseeing global current leadership role, strengthening governance frameworks and ensuring compliance with international privacy regulation and security standards. His work plays a vital role in helping organizations maintain trust, accountability, and security in an increasingly data-driven world. With extensive experience across the domains of information security, privacy management, governance frameworks, and compliance practices, Mr. Balaji Seshan has been instrumental in helping enterprises build secure digital infrastructures and responsible data management systems. His expertise becomes even more significant in today's technological landscape, where DevOps practices are transforming the way software is developed and deployed, making it essential to integrate governance, security, and privacy at every stage of the development lifecycle. Through his last industry exposure and professional leadership, he continues to guide organizations in balancing innovation with security, ensuring that technological advancement are supported by strong governance and ethical data practices. We are truly honored and delighted to have such a distinguished industry expert with us today for the ISSF 2026 pre-conference workshop. And we are confident that his insights will greatly benefit our student, faculty members, and aspiring technologists. I humbly invite Mr. Balaji Seshan to kindly deliver the keynote address.
Good morning. I can't hear you. Thank you. I think thank you very much for Dr. Mr. M. Senthil Kumar and Gayatri Madam and Mr. M. Kannan for giving me this opportunity to deliver all of you, the wonderful crowd here the morning today, about sharing my industry experience on DevSecOps. Okay, so maybe for the next 1+ hours, don't worry, I'm not going to make you sleep. Okay, so we're going to discuss a lot of things. Okay, so let me come over there and see whether you're able to hear me. Okay. So the topic Professor was talking about DevOps, right? Have you heard about this DevOps in your academics or whenever you go through any magazines, IT Express magazines or anything? Have you heard about this word DevOps? Yes, no? Let's make this session as dialogue, huh? No monologue. Okay, fine. So you heard, right? So as Professor told, development operation. How many of you have Netflix in your home? Amazon Prime. All OTTs, right? No, nobody watches the cable. Mostly everybody has a mobile. We use Netflix, Amazon, whatever. Do you know how many changes are happening in these platforms on a daily basis? Do you think this house is secured? Why? Windows open, door open. What else? It is there somewhere in forest or something, right? You don't know where it is. Anything else you found in this other than open window or open this thing? It is somewhere in remote or whatever, right? So it is not secure. By looking at it, we can tell it is not secure, right? So how can we secure? Don't talk about cyber security. Don't think about anything. In general, everybody knows, right? Lock the door. So who is taking responsibility to lock your door every night? Any of you taking the responsibility in your home? Some of you, at least. Not your father, right? At least some of us taking the responsibility. Parents are not there. We used to lock the house the night before we go to sleep, right? Lock is one control. What else we can put? What is the other controls we can put to safeguard this house? Surveillance camera. Okay, I got two controls. One is lock the door. Second one is, somebody said surveillance camera. What else? Manned security guard. We can have a watchman. Right? What else? Very good. There is a camera. You can fit it on your house door. You can see whether somebody is coming or not. Very good. 4 controls are there. Anything else? Sorry? Asking? Neighbors. Okay. You can ask somebody to take care in case if you are not there, right? Very good. Okay. I didn't think about it. Thank you. Anything else? See, if you think, so many things will come, right? Within few seconds, we can get 4 controls. What are these things? Generally, I use the term control. If you notice it, these are all controls. When you get into the industry, jargons are very important, right? You should know the appropriate word. See, I use the word controls, right? I'm not saying lock, CCTV camera or neighbors, right? These are all controls to secure my house. Similarly, to secure my infrastructure. Think about secure my corporate infrastructure, right? For example, Mahavidyalaya has a lot of servers, right? Okay? So how to protect these servers? What are the controls required? In order to protect a server, what do you need? Firewall. Then? Antivirus. Multi-factor authentication. Okay? Anything else? Don't hesitate, guys. Come on. Every answer is right. What else you can do to protect your server? If I give an opportunity to protect my server in office, what will you do? Huh? Private? Just talk little louder here. Come on. You need a mic? Private? Private server. Okay. Then? Okay. Automatic alerts. I think my job is simple here. This crowd is very elite crowd. You guys are giving me all answers, all security controls. So just imagine on a practical scenario, how to protect a small house which is open today. You talk about multiple controls. Similarly, think about with a common sense, based on your academic exposure or the knowledge that you gain from the books. Think about it, you will get a lot of answers. Okay? Let me make my mobile phone in silent, otherwise I'll get distracted. So being a working day, is to get a lot of calls. Don't worry. Okay, so if you think on those lines, you'll get to know a lot of controls, right? A lot of security controls that is used to protect any servers or anything, right? So having said this, my next slide is on privacy. We generally call it as PII. That is nothing but, the answer is there on the slide, personally identifiable information. Okay, what is personally identifiable information? Do you know what is the data privacy regulatory requirement which is come in India recently? Anybody? Are you aware of that? There is a bill introduced by Government of India recently. It's called DPDPA, Data Privacy and Protection Bill. Right? Europe, there is something called GDPR. Have you heard about this? GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation. Right? In India, it is DPDPA. What is the purpose of this bill? What is PIA? Is your name PIA? Is Balaji Session is the name, my name. Is the personal information? Is your Aadhaar number is PIA? PAN card is PIA? Your bank account number is PIA? Okay, now you tell me. I gave 4 answers. What else is PIA? Aadhaar. Then? Give me something advanced which you are seeing on a day-to-day basis. Huh? Fingerprints, facial recognition, huh? Iris scan, huh? Voice recognition. All these are PIAs, right? See, if you don't know, for example, if some voice is coming, if you are not able to recognize whose voice it is that a PIA? It should be attributed to a specific individual. For example, if somebody can recognize my voice with my Aadhaar number, with my unique authentication, identification, then it is a PIA. My data is breached. You got it? So having this in mind, okay, let me play one video. Yes. You have the AVI player, sir? AVI player, I think. Yes. Sound over mala. Sound button.
Hey Mom, hey Dad. It's me, Ella. Well, a digital version of me, just a bit older. Amazing what technology can do these days, isn't it? All you need are a couple of pictures, like the ones you share on social media, where they can be taken and used by everybody. I know for you these pictures are just memories. But for others, they are data. And for me, maybe the beginning of a horrible future. A future where my identity can be stolen just like that. Where I can go to prison for things that I would never do. Imagine my credit score being destroyed, Dad. Or my voice copied to scam you, Mom. I'm in trouble. I need you to send me money, please. I don't want to become a meme, humiliated by everyone at school. And I certainly don't want this. What you share online is like a digital footprint that will follow me around for the rest of my life. I'm telling you this because I know you love me and would never do anything to harm me. So please, Mom, please, Dad, protect my virtual privacy.
So how many of you post your pictures on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram? Many of us, right? Nothing wrong in it, because we are all grown adult. We know what to do, what not to, and we know who should see. When you publish the status in WhatsApp, you can restrict whom you should show, right? You can restrict. There are controls. However, do you know that if you put some control or some patch, can this be downloaded? Can this be seen by anyone else? You can share it with multiple people. Are you aware of that? There are tools available in the market. If you go to Rich Street in Chennai, you can get everything. Right? So, by seeing this video, what did you understand? Don't post anything which is not required to be shown to others. How many of you are having Google accounts? Those who are using Android phones, definitely you should have a Google account, right? Have you ever visited myactivities.google.com? How many of you? Very good. What did you see from that? What is the purpose of that? You can restrict certain things. How many of you know the Google account stores all the data from the day when you have created the account? Are you aware of that? It stores everything. It stores where you have traveled, right? Because you book Ola, Uber, everything, right? It has the information where you have traveled, when you have traveled, which route you have taken, everything. Do you want Google to know all this information? Will you share your blood group to anybody else? Will you share your medical report to everybody? So, we should be privacy aware. We should ensure that what information to be shared with whom. That is very important. Right? So, having said this context, the security and privacy, right? How to govern this in Devops. That is what we are going to discuss for next 45 minutes. Okay? So, do you know 90% of Devops initiative fails due to lack of governance? Do you know who is Gartner? Do you know who is Gartner? If you don't know, please Google it today. Right? Gartner is the guy who lives in US, making huge amount of money, right? Only by analyzing the data. How many of you watch Boys movie? Sometime in my college days or school days, or maybe there's a movie called Boys, right? It's an actor called Senthil. Have you seen that joke? Remember that joke? Go watch in YouTube sometime today evening. He will have a small diary in his hand. Okay? He knows in which temple, what time he will get prasad. Okay? So he will say information is wealth. He will say information is wealth to somebody who is coming and join as an assistant to this guy. Right? Go watch YouTube today, you will laugh. The crux of this video is Gartner is using the data to make $1 million. Right? Somebody is using the data to make sure that he is not hungry. Right? Data is everything. So the first point is 90% of DevOps initiative fails because of misusing or not proper governance of the data. 502 major incidents cost 955 hours of downtime. 955 hours of downtime in industry is huge money, guys. Let me tell you. In industry, the organization bills one person for 1 hour. You know how much? A manager like person, how much we are billing to customers? For one person, for 1 hour to customers. $250. $250 US for a manager level. For a software engineer level, they are charging minimum $90 to $100. That is why company is paying us so much. 4 lakhs, 10 lakhs, like Kannan sir said, right? Depends on what knowledge you have, accordingly you will be paid. Because company is billing so much. You got it? So 955 hours of downtime is huge loss for any company. Because you can't bill the customer, right? Loss of revenue to the company. You got it? 81% of cloud breaches stem from misconfiguration in the pipelines. Let me explain you what is pipeline sometime later. Okay? Misconfiguration. So how many of you have to tell me the truthful answer? For your mobile phone or for your laptop, right? Password, combination of your name, your friend's name or your father name, mother name, first 4 letters, last 4 letters, date of birth, first 4 letters, last 2 letters, right? Or your vehicle number or your native place, right? First 4 letters, second 4 letters, right? Is that a combination most of you are having, or at least how many of you are having this combination? I need a truthful answer. I'm not going to guess your password. Okay, which means I can count another 10% more from this crowd. So because we are all human beings, right? We are not machines. We tend to forget the passwords. So what we generally do, we generally remember my mother name, 2 letters, father name, 2 letters, date of birth, first two numbers, vehicle number, last 3 digits. That's so. We tend to use it, right? If you increase the length of the password, the hackers will take more time to hack the password. The length of the password is less. If you increase more complexity by including star, *, or any other unique character, furthermore you are creating complexity for the hacker to guess the password. That is why if you go any password policy, it says minimum 12 characters, 1 uppercase, 1 lowercase. So now that is not sufficient. Somebody was saying multi-factor authentication, right? So it will give you the OTP, right? Or it will ask you for some human machine collaboration, give me some, read this or type this symbol, whatever. What is that called? CAPTCHA, very good. How can you hack CAPTCHA? Go Google it. No, CAPTCHA is no longer secure. If you go to, did you go to LIC website, licindia.com? What does it say? Are they using CAPTCHA? What are they using? They will say 5 into 4 is equal to what? Dynamically they will say 5 plus 4 minus 3 is equal to what? So they are coming up with some more complexity for machine to hack your accounts. Fine. So misconfigurations are very important. Global losses 32.15 billion from configuration errors. So some more statistics. Do you know what is the loss incurred due to cyber security threat in India last year? Any guesses? How much? Absolute, definitely crore la dhaan irukum, yeah. Definitely it will be in crores, right? How much if you see? 22,845.73 crores, which is a significant increase from 7,465.18 crores in 2023-24. 206% jump, guys. Which means when the technology increases, the technology grows, threats also grows, right? That is why cyber security is not losing its charm, right? But it is not computer science itself, it is not a field where you can sit and relax. When you learn something, it cannot be lifetime forever. It has to be continuous learning, right? It should be continuous learning. You should study every day, right? At least one new stuff, one new technology, so that you can survive in the industry, so that you can survive and make money. Are you with me? So far so good? Boring? Okay, thank you. Do you know how much budget Government of India has allocated to prevent this? ஹேக்குன்னு வந்தால் காப்பாற்றுறதுக்கு ஒரு ஆள் வேணும்ல நம்மள மாதிரி, அப்போ நமக்கு வேலை வேணும்ல. How much? 1,900 crores, which includes forensic as well. What is forensic investigation? There are two things, right? Digital forensics and criminology forensics. இந்த கொலை எல்லாம் நடந்துச்சுன்னா அங்கே வந்து they will do criminology. They will go check your fingerprints, these, that. But digital forensics is the, okay, they have to go into the system, what they have done. If it is locked, they have to decrypt and get the data to see what happened, when it has happened, right? Father itself, I heard that somewhere around 650 crores they are budgeting it for cybercrime department. Okay, so have you seen this movie? Which movie is this from? ஆயிரத்தில் ஒருவன். இதெல்லாம் கரெக்டாக நம்ம ஞாபகம் வச்சுப்போம். So what is the sin? Have you seen this? Trap. எதுக்கு இந்த trap? Because it looks like a sand, right? How many of you seen this? I don't know whether you have seen this movie or not, but if you have not seen, it is available on YouTube. You can go and watch. Very interesting. I like this scene. That's why I put it in my slide also. Right? The people will be running, right? They don't know where is the trap, right? But for every trap, we as a security professional, we should have a solution, right? What is the solution they found in this movie? They put a shadow. Shadow looks like Swami Nataraj, right? You can, if you go on that shadow, you will not be trapped. You will not go down, right? Just correlate this with your real-time examples, right? What kind of security solutions that you can think of for the modern days security problems? I'll tell you what are the security problems we have today. You are the next generation security professionals. Think about coming up with the innovative solutions for such problems in the world. See, if you come up with a small product to prevent a security threat in the industry, right, you can mint crores and crores of money. Guys, let me tell you, all startup companies have been acquired by Microsoft, Amazon, Google by paying huge lifetime money, guys. One of my friend has started a small company for a security solutions. He built a product. Nothing, it's not a product also. It's an API, right? It's an API, right? They have given 70 crores to buy that API because he got IP for it, intellectual property for it. He spent 1.5 years to develop that API, test it. It's the API that can be used in any platform. Okay? Microsoft has paid 70 crores to him to get that API. And they gave offer also, but he quit and he is doing something else today. Okay? Okay, now if you have a mobile with you, you can scan this QR code or use this link. Okay? I'll give you 5 minutes to go through the case study or understand what is there in the website. Okay, then we'll discuss about this problem. If you already know this problem, I think it is very, very easy for you to connect. This happened a couple of years back. You're able to open the site? those who have a problem in opening the site, maybe you can watch the screen and read this. We can discuss. It's a very interesting problem we faced in 2024. So when we were sitting in a conference room for a meeting, okay, all of a sudden my boss mission got this blue screen. Okay, then we got a call from our COO, Chief Operating Officer, that his laptops also got a blue screen because there was a senior management review meeting happening in a conference room, and everybody started complaining, "Hey Balaji, there is a blue screen. I don't know what is the issue. Can you please ask someone to check?" Within 5 minutes, we got almost some 50-60 calls. Around 10:30 in the morning, we got a call in the office. And everybody put all the work, and we went to server room, and we called, this is the CrowdStrike issue, right? It's a CrowdStrike. What is CrowdStrike? Somebody has talked about antivirus, right? In modern days, there is no antivirus. It's called endpoint detection and recovery, endpoint detection and control, EDR. Now it is XDR, extended endpoint detection and control. So there is no longer antivirus. It's all agent-based controls. Because most of us are using cloud as our mission. There is no physical machine available in any organization. It is only a thin client where you can connect to cloud. Right? So CrowdStrike is an EDR. It's been delivered from a cloud platform. It's a SaaS application. Manages all your endpoints in an organization. There will be a small agent running in your desktop or a laptop. It will protect the system. It will protect your laptop. It will protect your iPad, right? Or your conference room machines. That is the product, CrowdStrike. So what is the problem? By reading this, what did you understand from this? What is the issue? Why this blue screen has come? Due to the? Yes, it's the configuration. We talked about the misconfiguration happened some 955 hours of downtime in the previous slide, right? This is also one of these small configuration error. See, because of CrowdStrike error, why Windows has gone down? Excellent. Windows use these software sensors, right? Windows, do you know what is kernel? Right? You all studied OS, right? Operating systems, right? What is kernel? Don't see, computer science is the subject where you have to use on your day-to-day life in the industry. It is not something like theory. You have to understand, internalize, right? You can't forget this. You are not afford to forget this. What is kernel? Kernel is the heart of any OS, right? So actually there is a channel 291 file which is misconfigured. I told you the change management process in the initially, right? That is why I spend so much of time in change management, right? Somebody, a rookie, a fresher who is working in CrowdStrike, who has not followed the governance process, who has not followed the Devops governance process. He just tested it in his mission. He rolled it out into production. That impacts the kernel of the operating system, every operating system, because there's an agent running in the mission which impacts the local kernel, which leads to this blue screen of death. We call it as blue screen of death, BSOD. Right? Thank God it happens in India daytime. Right? Within 6 hours of time, we could able to find a solution to get out of this problem. CrowdStrike has given a patch only after 12 hours. We identified internally in our organization with our SMEs, we found a solution, we fixed it in 6 hours. There are about 3 hours of downtime for the entire organization. Whoever is not logged in during the time, somebody comes in a second shift, right? Somebody comes in night shift. They all not got impacted. But whoever was working during that time, 3 hours was a downtime for them. My mission was not got impacted, fortunately, because I was not updating those patches the last 1 week. I didn't restart my mission for 1 week, so my mission got escaped from this BSOD. Whoever has done a restart during the last 1 week, this channel 291 file got impacted the kernel. Right? Don't get into the details. Maybe if you go through this, if you are interested, please go through this, or you can mail me, I'll give you more details about this if you are interested. Okay? So, there are similar attacks in DevOps pipeline. What is pipeline? Let me explain you what is pipeline. Right? There will be developers who continuously developing programs for the business requirements. Right? There are testers who continuously test these developed program. Okay? There are engineers who roll it out into the production environment. So this process is cycle in nature. People continuously use these, development, testing, right? Roll it out. All these things are happening on a daily basis, on an hourly basis. People do that. Okay? So if some code is done, they will put it into some box. Okay? Then if somebody has tested it, tested code, they will put it in another box. Just giving an example. Okay? This is called pipeline. Once the tested codes are there in the final box, okay, the rollout person, the person who is responsible for release, he will take that code from the last dabba and he will move it to production. Right? This is called pipeline. Okay? When there is a problem, they will close the hose, right? Then they won't allow the files to move from one box to other box. Just imagine. I'm just giving you in a layman terms. Clear? So, sorry. So if you look at it, Log4j, Kubernetes, GDPR, so these are all the recent threats or recent breaches that happens because of misconfiguration, process not followed, right? If you look at it, source codes are automated or AI generated source codes are put in. So somebody, Mr. Kannan sir was talking about AI generation. Now we are in the AI world and things like that, right? People call it as AI security, right? Now, from my experience, I'm telling you, security for AI is very important, not AI security. Because we as a professional, we should know how to secure AI programs. If AI is generating some code, right? Do you think the code is very good for us to go ahead and deploy? You never know what is the issue there in that AI code, right? You as an individual, human brains cannot be replaced by any machine or anybody, right? Because God has created such a wonderful, feature for human being is brain. You cannot replace human brain. We can imagine, if you want to imagine the place where you have visited for 10 years back, you can close your eyes and see, you will be able to be there. That machine cannot do. Machine cannot think. Machine cannot imagine. Right? So, human brain cannot be replaced. Don't worry about AI is going to steal away all my jobs. No, absolutely impossible. Right? When the computer got introduced in Rajiv Gandhi's period, people think that, okay, my job is going to be gone. Look at the economy because of computer science today. Right? See, that is where you should be able to understand the overall ecosystems of the data governance, right? And how to secure them. Okay. If you look at it, These are all the different layers of cyber security, right? The maximum dabba, if you see, this one. Sorry. If you look at it, this one, mission critical assets and policy, the green box. The green box is something, the fundamental or foundations of any layered security. If you don't know what is the process or what are the risks that you are having in your ecosystem, whatever the technology you use for network, endpoint, application, data, whatever, you cannot secure your environment. It's like an open house we saw in the first slide, right? So if you close the front door and keep the back door open in a house, is that secure? It's like that. If you don't have a governance, data governance, it's like keeping the back door open and front door with a lot of security, whatever we discussed. Okay? So, have you all read the network management in your curriculum? Do you know what are the 7 layers of security? Is that paper on still? Right? Do you know what are the 7 layers, OSA layers? Huh? I still remember because we I don't know, even today people are using the technology. I read it PDNT SPA. I studied like that. Physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport session, application. Right? Fundamental guys, fundamentals of security. If you don't know these 7 layers, you cannot survive. Right? These 7 layers of security, we should know by heart. Midnight if you wake up, you should say whatever the method you studied, keep it on your memory, top of your head. Right? My professor told me PDNT SPA. Okay sir, thank you. Still I am remembering that. Right? So look at this. These are all the layers of security. If you read this, this data is the heart. Okay? Data is the heart. Okay? Application is the next. Endpoint, network, and perimeter. Threats are coming from outside. Threats are coming from outside. Okay? Security threats are always coming from outside for the infrastructure. Okay? So, the perimeters are important. Perimeters are nothing but your physical and logical. Post-pandemic, post-COVID, right? The perimeters are no manned security guards. It is your firewall. It's your firewall protects the entire organization. Because mostly people are working from home and connecting to the corporate network. Right? So your firewall is the new perimeter. Rather than the bigger 6 feet compound wall, right? Now your firewall is the security. Are you with me? So far so good? Okay. Then comes your network. See, if you look at so many controls, I don't want to get into that. Maybe if you want, I'll share the slides with you. You can take it and read it later. I want each one of you to understand the small letters inside each security layers. If you know what it is, you don't need to go into depth of what it is. At least you know what. Don't say how. At least know what. By Google it, you can have ChatGPT, U.com, Gemini. So many AI tools are there, right? Put it. Take a snap. Put this diagram into this. Give me a summary. Give me a snap of it. It will give you. Just read it. Know what. Okay. Then your endpoint. Endpoints are nothing but your laptop, desktop, any device that you use. Even your mobile phones are your endpoints. Clear? Then comes your application. Applications are nothing but your portal or your mobile apps. Right? How many of you are having more than 50 applications in your mobile? 50, 40, 30, 20. Everybody has to raise their hand. Minimum 20. By default, 20 applications are coming. Are you with me? How many of the applications you are using on a daily basis? 4, 5. WhatsApp, Facebook, LinkedIn. That's it, right? Nothing more, nothing less. If at all you need to book some Red Bus or Ola, You do it on a weekly basis. Then some of the application which you downloaded for some purpose, you never use. It will be lying in your mobile phone, eating your data. Are you with me? Even my mobile also have the same thing. Don't think that I am having less than 50 application. I also have 50 plus. But I don't use. That is how we think that it is required. But we install it, but we never use it. Right? So we should have protection for those applications. Out of all data, what data you are feeding in? See, while installing the application, you might have noticed, right? What are the things it will ask? Application install பண்ணுவோம் என்னெல்லாம் கேட்கும் அதில் பர்மிஷன் என்னெல்லாம் பர்மிஷன் கேட்கும் லொக்கேஷனை கேட்கும் கேமரா ஆக்சஸ் கேட்கும் கான்டாக்ட் கேட்கும் நிறைய கேட்குது எதுக்கு எல்லாத்தையும் கொடுக்கணும் why do we need to give access to everything here what is the purpose otherwise application will not be installed sir it won't get installed in my mobile sir have you ever gone back and removed all the permissions you have given in your application after installing we never do that right but unnecessarily we give contact camera take it please we give it. We don't know what is the purpose. For Tamil Nadu EB application, why do they need to access my contact? Somebody has developed it like that, right? Somebody has designed it like that. So it is going to go away, guys. It is going to go away. Because we have the regulation, certain regulation, GDPR regulation, everything is going to come. Everybody has to change their design. No compromise. Because all our personal data is very important. Every country's citizens' PA is very important for the organization to grow. For the global business partners, for them to give the business to India, data privacy is very important. Okay? So, the 3 pillars of DevOps governance are security objectives, compliance objectives, quality objectives. Okay? If I ask you what is your objective, you will say, sir, I want to complete my degree with first class and distinction. Right? If you ask me what is my objective, I may have 15 objectives. I need to, make 1 crore in next 1 year. Right? So, like that, everybody have their own objectives. For an application, right, for a product, right, what is the security objectives? The application cannot be hacked by the hackers, ethical hackers, or any malicious actors. That should be the objective of any application. Security objectives. Then, compliance objectives. The application should meet the in-country laws. Right? Application should meet the in-country law. What is the in-country law in India? India has Indian IT Act, Data Privacy Act, right? Financial Act, Income Tax Act. There are so many acts, Child Labor Act, right? When you develop an application, it should meet the requirements of the government regulatory requirements. Are you with me? Then, quality objectives. நான் ஒரு டைப் பண்ணி ஒரு கொரி கேட்குறேன்னா ChatGPTல போய் ஒரு டைப் பண்ணி ஒரு கொரி கேட்குறேன் ஒரு 10 நிமிஷம் ஆச்சு ரெஸ்பான்ஸ் வரணும் அதை யூஸ் பண்ணுவியா நீ will you use it you will not use it right reason you need a quick answer and error free that's why we use the quality is very important okay so for any application or whether it is DevOps or anything these 3 are the key things security compliance and quality right. So as I told you, the CI/CD pipeline, this is what the DevOps, you should understand this. If you learn this diagram, you know the fundamentals of DevOps. Right? If you see build, code, planning, code, build, and continuous testing, release, deploy, operate and monitor. This is what the continuous life cycle of DevOps. So if you know this, you will know how to control them. You know how to control them. Okay? How to integrate, this is a very important slide guys. So give me your attention for 2-3 minutes. This is the crux of this session. Okay? So far we studied whatever we learned. The fundamentals of data governance, security compliance, all those things are fine. But for a takeaway for this session is, what is DevOps governance is, this is the slide. Okay? If you look at it, we are doing continuous integration, continuous deployment for releasing any product. Whether it is AI or blockchain or any data governance, any fundamental or basic software development, whatever you do, this life cycle is very important. How to understand this slide? Okay, if you read it, while you are building the application, while you are writing the source code, of the application, okay, automatically compile code and integrate components while embedding compliance checks from the start. For example, a password field should not take the special characters. For example, I am saying. Okay? You have to write a code in such a way that it will automatically check when the user types a special character. You should not allow them to, okay, take the data into a database. Clear? That is while doing the build. Similarly, when you do the testing, automated test and security scans to ensure quality and regulatory standards. So while you are developing the test cases, ensure that the test cases covers these security features as well. Right? So automatically it will scan, it will say you cannot do this. For example, you go and type in the ChatGPT prompt, can you please tell me Hexaware information security policy? Can you go type? What is the answer it will give? Everybody has a ChatGPT, right? Can you go and type? Ask anything. Maybe, can you please give me the security policy of Hexaware? Or give me the security policy of Infosys. What is the answer it is giving? Or type data protection policy of Hexaware. Whatever. You type whatever you want. Ask for a policy. Anybody got the answer? What is it saying? Okay. Then? No. What did you type as a prompt? It gives something? So which means what? This information is available in public. Okay, can you type about what is the salary policy of Hexaware? Something you type. Confuse the ChatGPT. What it says? Does it give any numbers? Because numbers are confidential, right? If numbers are there in the public website, for example, right? Basic salary for freshers, basic pay so much, HRA so much, TADA so much, then will ChatGPT give you the answer? Yes, right? So, when you design any application, whether it is AI or normal, this, that, who is writing the code for developing the AI? Is it machine writing the code or human writing the code? Human, right? So you are typing, you are allowing something to come. So when government says no policy should be allowed to be published, when somebody asks this question, then ChatGPT will say, if it is publicly available, I'll bring it. If the website is common to all. If you type exaver.com, you'll be able to browse it. If something is internal, StationH is my own intranet portal. Okay? You can't go and browse it without my user ID. Right? Any ChatGPT, no other application in the world will give the data which is internal to my organization. Right? But if it is something publicly available, you will be able to get that information. So when you write the policy validation, right? Write a code in such a way, all my confidential information, okay, or protected information should not be published into the general public. Whenever the user browses it, it should not give. When you allow access to the ChatGPT to my internal system, it will bring the data. That is why every corporate uses the enterprise license of the AI products for the consumption of its own employees. Because I need to use AI technologies to develop faster, safer, secure, but at the same time, I cannot allow the AI applications to access the data which is inside my system. So that is why I brought license. I buy licenses from ChatGPT, implement them within my organization's network to protect my corporate information. Are you with me? Clear? Then, real-time monitoring. See, in every organization, there is a team called Security Operations Center. 24/7 they run. Right? There will be people coming in the shift. That is also one of the very critical field of employment in security. Right? There are multiple tools available like Logarithm, right? Qualys, right? Microsoft Defend. There are so many SIEM platforms are available today for you to learn how to get into that field. It will have the logs coming from firewall, Microsoft suits, Microsoft O365, everything. It will get integrated into SIEM. People monitor on a daily basis. People monitor these logs on a daily basis. If there are any anomalies, if there are suspicious activities, if somebody is trying to hack the XIR network or any corporate network, this team identifies and report to my team. Then I will do the investigation. I will take necessary action against the employee. You are not allowed to do something means if you are trying to pass an attack or pass malicious activities, this team will identify and report to me. It's very, very important. Okay, this is one of the growing field also in the industry. Okay, so deployment is, once everything is done, you are allowed to deploy. As I told you, you can pick it up from the last box and do the deployment. Okay, so this is the life cycle of the continuous compliance in DevSecOps pipeline. This is called DevSecOps. See, you can see what is sec. Sec is security. You are integrating security or embedding security during the development and the integration and the deployment. Clear? Are you with me? Any questions so far? I'm going to spend another maybe 10 minutes, not going to bore you much. Any questions from anybody? Very important slide. Okay, so yeah. Policy as a code. You have to write these policies as a source code, embed them into the life cycle. There are tools available if you look at HashiCorp, Sentinel, and Pack for Terraform. These are all some of the tools available in the market to write policies as a code, source code. Right? Similarly, OPA, Open Policy Agent, AWS config and AWS config rules. These are all the tools available in the industry to make policy as a code. These are all things available in GitLab. Go type GitLab in your Google, understand what it is. Okay. Similarly, integrate compliance, as I told you, there are tools available. Run OPA Gatekeeper. See, what is this integrate compliance? When you go to the airport, right? When you go to the airport, see the airport security guard, what they will do? He'll ask you to, take your laptop, put it in security checks, right? He will ask you to remove the shoes, and metal items you should remove. Only you should keep the boarding pass with you. He will check everything, right? Is there any anomalies are there? Is there any threat is with you, right? That is what the run OPA gatekeeper does, and it will validate. So when you keep your bag in the security scanning, it will check the anomalies within the bag, right? Similarly, this tool will check all your packaged codes, all your functions, routines, what is available inside. Is there any malicious code available within that package? That is what this run OPA checks. Terraform checks nothing but, you can imagine your house engineer. He verifies your architecture, right? Your blueprint house. Where is the room should come, where the gate should be placed, right? How to build a first floor. All those things, like it will take terraforms, it will take care, right? And somebody comes and inspects, supervisor comes and inspects whether everything is built as per the specification given in the blueprint. That is what Terraform does. Similarly, GitHub Action or GitLab, right? Basically, that is nothing but any anomalies. When you go to hotel, star hotels, right? Security guard will stop you. They will check your car, right? They will ask you to open your boot and check, right? All those things are an example how to learn these things, Terraform or GitLab or run OPA, right? Similarly, this is another case study. Maybe you can scan it and think about it later. I'll quickly explain this. You can scan and read that later. I'll share this slide with you, interest of time. But I'll explain you what is this all about. See, okay, I'll keep it for some time. If you want to scan, you can scan it and you can read it later. This is an incident happened in Cisco in 2024. Okay, so what is this incident? In October 2024, an Intel broker claimed to steal 4 terabytes of data, right, from Cisco's DevHub. Okay, 4.5 TB of data from the Cisco. Cisco is named to be one of the secure organization, right? You know what is the issue? The major issue because of the hard-coded credentials. I'll share my experience. See, one of the CEO of the company, I don't want to name the company, okay, he was asking, please, I cannot remember my password, so make it as 1234. It happened, no stories. It happened. He said, please, for my bridge, make the password as password 123. So the engineer said, because he is the CEO of the company, he said, okay, sir, let me do it. CEO of the company, let me do it. So generally in that bridge, COO, CEO, Chief Financial Officer, CFO, and HR head, these 4 people access the bridge. They discuss all company confidential information in that bridge. One fine day, these 4 people logged in for a meeting. You know, some college students were talking in Hindi with some unparliamentary languages. They were talking inside the bridge. So they got shocked. Oh my God, what happened? How can they able to crack this? Then the network engineer came and, sir, we were asked to set the password as password 123. That is the reason why, you know, they were able to crack and they were able to come into the bridge and using the bridge. You know what? These guys were using the bridge because CEO, CFO, they come at least once a month or once in 3 months only get into the bridge and discuss, right? These people are using this bridge on a daily basis for their own, you know, purpose. The bill started coming into the organization. It is on lakhs and lakhs of rupees because of the international calls, right? They identified, oh my God, CEO is using, so nobody cares. But they come to know because CEO uses only once a month. But this bridge was using hours together for multiple purpose. When they get into the log, it has so much of malicious activities. Then they, you know, make sure that whether it is COO, CEO, CFO, password standard should be followed everywhere. It is a real story which happens in some 6 years back where my friend was working. Then certificates. Certificates is what? You know what is certificate? It is not certificate which you printed and give it to you. What is certificate means? What is certificate? Do you know what is TLS? SSL 1.2, 1.3, where it is used. If you go to any website, if you go to the URL, HTTPS, it is coming, right? What is HTTPS? What is HTTP? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. S means secure. See, when the website is secure, which means it uses the TLS 1.2 and above protocols. That is called certificate. Okay, which is encrypts your data which is going through internet. So if you don't know, please go ahead, Google it and read what it is. Okay, then API tokens. The API tokens are, the sessions are not killed. If you look at, if you have a banking account, internet banking account, after doing your transaction, it will say please close the window, right? Or it will automatically close the window, which means your sessions are killed. If the sessions are open, the intruders can directly get into the website and they can use your own credential and log into your network, log into your bank account and steal your money. This is the main problem for this attack. API sessions are active. It has not been killed. Passwords are hard-coded, right? And certificates are obsolete. If you go to my website, it is TLS 1.3. But still people are using TLS 1.1 in their websites. So if you want to identify whether what certificates are being used, there is something called OSINT, Open Source Internet Scans. Okay? Go type your, whatever the URL you wanted to. Okay, I'll show you the last slide. Okay, one interesting slide. Okay, so I assessed one college website which says how many anomalies are there. You as the computer science students, right, have an interest on these things. Go scan any website, identify anomalies, participate in bug bounty programs, make money. Microsoft is giving in dollars. Google is giving in dollars. Zoho will recruit you immediately. Only thing you need interest to get into those fields. For that you need to take baby steps. Okay? Fine. So this is the root cause I explained you. Impact, Cisco's internal data got lapsed. This is all customer data. Huh? It's all customer data. They paid huge penalty to the customers. They paid huge money back to customers. Okay? Then potential access to internal Devops tools for their microservices. They get into the pipeline where the source codes are getting developed and deployed. These Cisco source codes are nothing, it's not an application. These are all embedded programming which they got developed for multiple things. Very, very sensitive data. Are you with me? So please go through this case study whenever you find time. So this is what the story, whatever that I explained you. Secrets, environmental governance, monitoring, privacy by design, right? When you are writing such things while designing the software itself, source code, nowadays, if you use any AI tool, it will generate source code. But we as software engineers need to know how to debug these source codes, how to go identify the anomalies in the source code. For that, you need to have a design skills. How to develop these things. If you don't know languages, C, C++, Java, if you don't know Python, how will you analyze any source code generated by AI? You can't, right? So you can't design a secure software development product, software product, or for that matter, any LLMs, for that matter, any prompt engineering, systems, right? The fundamental is your coding skills. People will say, no, coding is no longer valid. Don't learn coding. It's not going to be nothing. If you don't know coding, you can't understand the logic behind this. You can't debug this. Right? So make sure that you understand the logic behind everything so that you will be able to go into the details of any application. Okay, having said this, I'll just quickly jump to challenges. Okay? See, as Sir was talking in the beginning, DevOps is speed. Why are you using DevOps? You don't have a time. I want this code to be rolled out today, next 1 hour. When you are focusing on speed, you tend to compromise on quality, security, all non-functional things. That is where Devops says infrastructure as a code, policy as a code, regulatory and embedding the compliance within that pipeline. Okay? So that is what it talks about, developer pushback on gatekeeping. It says, no, sir, I don't have a time for these things. I can't do this. If you go that, overhead from false positives. Right? When say, this is not a bug, sir, this is false positive. There could be, but over a period of time only you can remove all the false positives. You can't eliminate false positive from the system from the day one. You have to tune the system in such a way, for example, when you type the prompt for the first time when the ChatGPT got developed, it may not give accurate result for the first time. You have to continuously learn the system, feed a lot of data into them, then only it will give you the accurate results. There are tools available in the market to check the accuracy of the AI developed systems. That is another business line if you look at it. Which AI product is giving me the accurate results? Nearest perfect results. Right? There are tools available in the market. Something called Portal 24. Okay? Okay, best practices, start small, scale fast. You have to take a baby step like I told you. Right? Test locally. Automate feedback loops so that you can become a faster. And make compliance visible. Right? Treat compliance, that's what I told. Policy as a code, infrastructure as a code. If you do that, if you embed these things into the pipeline, you don't need a separate time for this. The time of development itself, all these things will happen as part of your DevOps life cycle. Are you with me? Okay? So, we talked about security, shift left, continuous monitoring, least privileges. Then, automation for zero trust. Don't trust anybody. Right? So, poimayam vaimayadatta purai nanmai payakamanin. Right? Purai thirna nanmai payakamanin. So, you need to only believe in yourself. In security, don't believe anyone. Because SAR says no. Because CEO says no. We always teach our level 1 support engineers who handles the tickets, ask 5 questions. Then give the permission. When somebody call it as, sir, I'm CEO speaking, I need it very urgently. Okay, fine, tell me. Please identify yourself. Please type your employee number. There are some basic checks. Whether it is CEO of the company, you need to follow these protocols so that you will be serviced. That is called zero trust. Okay. On the data privacy principles, these 4 are very, very important. Data minimization. I told you, right? You can't give all permissions when the application is being installed. Or even if you are giving permissions, please go ahead and remove it after installing the application. Because Tamil Nadu electricity board site does not require your contact, does not require your camera access. Right? Don't give more data anywhere. Then privacy impact assessment. When you install application, what all the things it do, what transactions it performs, that is very important. So if you are accessing PII data, where and all it is saved? Are you giving this information to any third party? Right? Then data classification. Somebody was saying, right, salary information is available, which means it's publicly available. If you go to glassdoor.com, you can check which company is paying how much. Because it takes information from people like us. Do you know how Truecaller works? Everybody has Truecaller, right, with you? Is it good, bad, ugly? Is it okay to have Truecaller with you? You are chumma freely giving your data bus. Now Airtel is, having, even regulatory, TRAI is giving a regulatory requirement. Whoever the name, the SIM got registered, you'll get the name. Nowadays you are getting the names when somebody is calling, right? Unknown person is calling. But you have not stored those number in your mobile phone. Okay, it is actually taking away Truecaller's business, by the way. But Truecaller, if you are using, which means all your contacts, whatever the name you got stored, which is giving your information at free of cost. Truecaller is making a lot of money within that. Correct? Because you are giving permission, right? To take all the data. Isn't it? Okay? Then access controls anonymization. What is anonymization? Nothing but, if you are saying Balaji, you can say BA JI or BA. For example, I used to store my password in a notepad in my office. But generally we say don't store password in your system or I store my password in my system. People don't identify. Which means I store it in such a way, I masked it. If the password is, say, for example, Balaji123, I will not use Balaji123. For me to remember, I know what is the term. I know the master stroke. I will use that. People cannot identify. People scan it. Oh, there is no password available. People open an empty file. I know how to read the password. You know, right? Olden days, people used to give that paper in the, what do you call, this fire. They know how to read it, right? Like the way you should mask it. After all, we are all human beings, right? We can't remember 150 password for 50 applications, right? We are using different password for different this thing. Bank application, you use some password. Again, don't use the same password in all the applications. By the way, if one is being got compromised, everything will be compromised. And you know how to store the password also. You need a master password file also. Okay? But in a secure way. There are a lot of technology available. Password vault, right? Everything is available at free of cost. But don't give all the password to password vault. They will take away all these things. Okay? Fine. Okay? So tools and technologies are very important, but you should choose those tools appropriately. That is very important. For secret, code quality, monitoring and container. This last term, maybe it is very, what do you call, bouncer or, above your standards, whatever that you are studying. But please, very, very important, container and orchestration security. Right? Containerization and orchestration security, please Google it. Take a baby steps to understand. In Devops and cloud, right? These terms are very important for you to understand. Once you learn the fundamentals of DevOps and cloud security, you will be able to understand these things. There is something called CCSK. Make a note if you want. There is something called CCSK. Right? It's a very, very fundamental cloud security course. You can go through it and you will be able to learn a lot of things on basics of cloud security. Okay? These things we studied. So, at the end, what I want to tell you is, speed without governance, it's always a risk. So, you can do it speed, but with proper guardrails, with proper controls. Okay? Governance ensures secure, compliant, and reliable delivery. Governance requires secure, compliant, and reliable delivery. That is the DevOps mantra. Last but not least, without right tooling and culture, continuous compliance become a strategic enabler, not a burden. Okay? So these are all three important things for us to understand. I told you, right? I'll show you one very important slide. Right? Not this one. Okay? These are all some other slides. You can watch. There are interesting movies and things like that. Okay. This is one website. Okay. I'm not going to tell which college. I scanned this website. Okay. Look at this. I used a very OSN scan here. Nothing great. I'm not using any corporate license tools. Potential percentile of rank less than 50. Risk to fix 4. Okay. How many high risks are there? Untested vulnerabilities are there. Look at the untested vulnerabilities. So many untested vulnerabilities are there. Right? And these are all some of the risks identified from the website. There are a lot of, you go type Google OSN scanning tool. Okay? Very easy to learn. Start with, do that. First understand the terminologies, what is written in that, outcome. First time when you do it, it will be Latin and Greek for you. But when you learn every term one by one, you will be able to understand, you will be able to crack, take a baby steps. You will be able to identify how many problems are there in the website. Use them to improve, increase your knowledge. Okay? Can we do that? I'll ask Kannan sir next time how many vulnerabilities he got. Okay, these are all the movies for your free time. Take a snap, go watch, enjoy your, learn a lot of things from this. Learn a lot of ethical hacking principles, right? How to, I don't know how many of you watched all the movies. How many of you watched Irumbudirai, Saduranga Vettai, all those things? Everybody, right? So these are all the things you can also watch. These are all wonderful movies. You will be able to take away so much from these things. When you have a free time, watch this. Okay? Thank you very much, team. I think it's a wonderful crowd. Thanks for your patience listening, and feel free to reach out to me for any queries, clarifications on any of these things, the subject. Okay, wish you all good luck.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful session. As we come to the end of this insightful session, it is important to express our gratitude to all those who contributed to making this program meaningful and successful. To formally propose the vote of thanks, I now invite Dr. K. Balachandran, Professor and Director, Advanced Computing Center, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Mrinalini. First of all, my sincere sorries to you. I couldn't be part of your session, the initial portion, because of my classes. From the point I have entered this particular room, the way with which you have given the various aspects of the security, various aspects of the data handling, amazing. Now, this is an opportunity for all the students, faculty, and others to know what is being required at the industry level and what is being required at the individual level to protect our data privacy, and how to ensure that whatever personal information or the personal data, PD, PID, how do we preserve it? And at the same time, how this kind of things can be make use of at the right place at the right time. We are indeed very privileged to have Mr. Balaji sir from the Hexaware on giving the governance, data security, and privacy in the Devops. And we had a similar session earlier also on a different topics from the IBM, covering the different aspects of the cyber security. Probably now it looks like we are having a lecture series on the cyber security, and the experts, domain experts coming from the industry, and they are taking us to different. I know that it's really hard for the students, because whenever a person comes, everybody is oriented towards that particular direction. I think when the last time when the person came and delivered about the GRC, everybody wanted to know about GRC. Everybody is coming and asking us, are you starting a course on the GRC? So now, I think after SAS session, probably everybody will be asking, do we conduct a DevOps? Do we have a provision for us to have a data security and privacy in the DevOps as a course itself? So that's a kind of an impact that is making by bringing the experts like Mr. Balaji sir to our institution, and it's a great opportunity for our students to know about this. This workshop has been conducted as a prelude to the international conference, which is going to be conducted on 12th and 13th of this particular month. So we are going to have a lot of opportunity to hear from the domain experts coming and giving a keynote addresses, special workshops, and also the topics which are going to be useful for the budding enthusiasts, budding learners, students who wants to pursue higher studies, as well as those who wanted to take a career in this kind of a specialized fields. So it's our great pleasure, sir, and we want to convey our sincere thanks to you for taking your time to come and deliver the keynote address as a workshop to our students. So special thanks to the department, head of the department, Dr. Senthil Kumar sir, for arranging this particular session on a very short notice. Special thanks to Mr. Kannan, Dr. Kannan, for being part of this whole process. And special thanks to Dr. Gayatri Madam, who arranged all the nitty-gritties as well as the aspects of this particular workshop. And I hope there's a lot of takeaways for the students. When you go out, probably some of the things what Sir has mentioned, you browse it, understand it with the zero trust policy, right? So whatever Sir has very clearly mentioned, whomever we are hearing, don't trust, right? You experience, explore, and then try to find out the meaning. So for everything, whatever we are dealing with, we need to have a zero trust policy. And we can't take things granted, whether is it coming from a particular person or whether it's coming from a particular book, right? So I hope this is going to be a good experience for all of you. And this kind of a series of lectures will help you to motivate you to take up any professional environment or to take up a higher studies or the research-focused environment for your future. Thank you. I remain. Thank you very much, sir.
Once again, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to all the dignitaries, keynote speaker, faculty members, and all the participants for making this session meaningful and successful. With this, we bring this pre-conference workshop of ISSF 2026 to a close. Thank you all for your gracious presence and enthusiastic participation. Have a wonderful day ahead. Now, I request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय जय